when my Doge goes through the roof, there's gonna be a Tesla. Me and Elon, we would get along.
As the baby bulls ignite into overdrive as Daddy Elon buys Twitter and saves the baby bulls from extinction, Bitcoin and the altcoins prepare to confirm what we all knew all along and print a gigantic green arrow to the upside. Are you kidding me? Just look how big that arrow is. And new whale data shows that the big boys in town may not be able to get their bids filled around the 30K price level as they once thought they could. But right now it's time to go big or go home. I'm your host, Gilbert Green, and unlike me, Bitcoin is about to grow very large and strong as we eradicate the baby bears once and for all. So get into this channel, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, turn on those ghost notifications to never miss these absolutely time-sensitive alerts. As well, if you're interested in getting any deals, bonuses, securing your crypto, trading, getting altcoins, make sure to check out all of the fantastic, absolutely mind-numbingly big bonuses below. And I have one Twitter and one Instagram. And in fact, as many of you may already know, I pulled a massive baby genius move and changed my Twitter profile picture to my handle. That way, the scam bots are inadvertently advertising my real Twitter, which is the one in the description below. Without any further ado, let's get dumped on. Undeniably big, and that is what many people say about this very big green arrow, and many things with Bitcoin's chart, as Daddy Elon did in fact purchase Bitcoin today, and Bitcoin probably and Twitter today, and this is going to be very big, as Elon is the richest boy in the world. He owns Bitcoin and he owns Dogecoin, but I just don't see how this wouldn't be good for Bitcoin, right? Just very big stuff here, and at this time, we are testing this most important level of the past 4 months for all of 2022, the 600-day moving average, and many other big things happening at this very second that we're going to be talking about. But first off, let's see here. Bitcoin recovers above 40K after dipping earlier to a 6-week low. It's currently trading right around 40,100. At the time of recording, that's exactly the price here. And even though the Fed is set to get more hawkish and probably cause more pain in the global markets, Bitcoin's on-chain metrics are contrastingly bullish. And data from Glassnode shows the percentage of Bitcoin supply that has not moved in 1 year is at an all-time high. And Satiro here wrote saying he thinks that this data tells us that while the macro headwinds are bad and ongoing, Bitcoin is being distributed from those who see it as a risk-on asset to long-term holders who have strong conviction in Bitcoin's long-term potential. And I absolutely agree. I read at least like 20 comments a day saying, why would people be selling Bitcoin right now to combat inflation? Doesn't make sense. If you're in this for the long haul, or even for like only 1 or 2 years, I just don't see how Bitcoin wouldn't be the clear answer. And previous Bitfinex whales who bought the bottom and sold the top he's now pulled over 1,000 Bitcoin bids from the $37,000 and $34,000 price level here. And as you can see here, most of you know that most whales trade on Bitfinex, and this specific picture shows the Bitfinex order books. The same whale who purchased over 1,600 Bitcoin between 37 and 3.4, and then taking profit between 45 and 48,000, has successfully rebought between 43 and 40, and these type of orders are referred to as iceberg orders. However, his other orders that were unfilled since the Ukraine invasion, down in the $37,000 and $34,000 level, those orders did not get filled, and he just pulled those bids for now, right? Basically, over 1,000 Bitcoin worth of bids that were not filled that he decided to remove there. And the top comment saying basically one of two things: he thinks the price won't go lower and they're not going to get filled, so he pulled them, or he thinks the price could go much lower, so he canceled the orders. Again, so that's like a 50-50 thing. Basically, if you would subscribe to the second idea, you would have to assume Bitcoin would probably go significantly below 34K, which again, do you think that's likely? And before you answer that, let me refer you to this big green arrow. Choose wisely. But as well, here, Bitcoin bears are tightening their grip on Bitcoin at that $40,000 level. If Bitcoin reclaims it, then absolute bouncage confirmed. The derivatives markets here shows that Bitcoin bearish, or traders are bearish, and they see Bitcoin traders flipping bearish. Futures markets should trade 5 to 12% annualized premium in healthy markets, yet as displayed above, Bitcoin's basis moved below such a threshold just a few weeks ago and is currently at 2%, meaning these futures markets have been pricing in bearish momentum ever since then. And with option investors fearing a price crash, the skew indicator would move above 8, and it did shift bearish again a few weeks ago on April 7th, and has since been above that threshold. But none of this can predict whether or not Bitcoin will continue a downtrend. In fact, usually majority is wrong. So if most people are bearish, that does not mean it's going to guaranteed be bearish. And in fact, usually the opposite. But if anything, traders are preparing for downside protection, or preparing for downside by protecting themselves. And any surprise price recovery will be questioned. AKA, are we setting up for a giga short squeeze, where a lot of traders are getting very bearish? A lot of people decide to short Bitcoin. And when that happens and the price moves up, if it does, a lot of those short positions get absolutely creamed, aka liquidated. And that produces an even bigger pumpy to the upside. And let's be honest, when the richest boy in the world, who also owns Bitcoin, buys Twitter, one of the most influential social media apps there is, do you think that Bitcoin is preparing to break giga support at around 40K? Absolutely ginormous. The only thing bigger than this green arrow is the amount of blood flooding into my brain ever since I broke Lil T. Absolutely ginormous. And again, if we just take a look, some of these charts, again, the DXY, I just believe it's so close potentially to topping out here. For pizza's sake, this could happen. It won't happen probably by tomorrow, but this, I think, absolutely will play out over the next few weeks, most likely in May, maybe even early June, slowly. I think it'll be even sooner than that. But, with that, there are a lot of potential signs showing that Bitcoin could be, finally cementing that bottom. The bearishness is so high. Even another 5,000 dump would absolutely explode the bearishness. And another $5,000 dump would keep Bitcoin above these higher lows, right, made back in the summer of last year. So again, I'm not ruling that out. I think it's absolutely possible we could still see mid 30,000s. I absolutely think that's still possible. But all I think is that very, very soon, the next big macro move, which is really the only thing I care about, the next big macro move will be exactly what your dreams are made of. Something like that. Wow, I just never get sick of seeing these big green arrows. And as well, if you love big green arrows, make sure to follow my Twitter account. It's in the description below. My goodness, it just gets me going every single time here. It's just beautiful to see. But at this time as well, Bitcoin still maintains this potential pennant here. A lot of people, again, still think it's a bear flag. A lot of short positions believe that as well. Maybe it is. But let's say we do have something similar to like what we saw a few weeks ago. A nice little dumpy. Maybe we do come down to 35, 36K. Reach around back all the way up and squeeze those shorts up to oblivion, right? Never rule that out. The longer you're in this market, the more you will understand that is absolutely very big. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, turn on those ghost notifications to never miss these absolutely time-sensitive alerts. As well, if you guys have any bonuses, deals, if you're interested in staking your ADA or getting any bonuses, securing your crypto, getting altcoins, trading, make sure to check out all the bonuses below. Remember, you can use the links below and even the video tutorial to do practice trading where you don't risk a single penny. And I absolutely always recommend that, so you can see how hard or easy trading is for you and just get good practice with entries, whether it is long-term or short-term. And I have one Twitter and one Instagram, and hopefully now that Daddy Elon has bought Twitter, I won't have to be saying that anymore, because hopefully we can get verified and there just won't be bots, which would be so nice. That would be absolutely beautiful. Without any further ado, that's it for me.